Maybe all those things are the Raiders.
Here's your host, JT the Brick.
Out of the gate, JT. Good to have you today. Raider Nation Radio, 9:20 a.m. Brought to you by Golden Entertainment. They own the Stratosphere, Arizona Charlie's 64-plus locations with all the PTs Gold, Sierra Gold, the SG Bar, Sean Patrick's, all the establishments you know and see on every corner here in this town, and they are hosting various NFL draft parties throughout the valley this weekend. Head on in for happy hour during the NFL draft. It's the perfect storm. 5 to 7, midnight to 2. You could be there live during the draft, during happy hour prices, drinking, eating, having a great time, gaming, hanging out with all your buddies. PTs fuels the monologue here as we always open up the show. So what do you got? I just tweeted it out at JT the Brick. You are on the clock today, Raider Nation. Tomorrow, I'll be live inside the Raider facility in Henderson with Lincoln Kennedy and Eric Allen, and we'll be on from 3 to 5 p.m. 3 to 5 p.m. inside the Raider facility, not too far from the war room, and we're ready for that. Then we'll be on immediately after the draft from 9 to 10 o'clock p.m. We'll do a recap of the first round with the crew, and then I go on from 10 to midnight on Sirius XM. So tomorrow is my longest day of the year, as I'll be on television at 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 a.m. waking up with the Wagners, Dana and Kim Wagner, to preview the draft. And then we'll go on straight till midnight Pacific time with the recap of the draft. So I'm ready to roll. Didn't think so Sunday, but I am ready. I am all fueled up with tea and honey and Ricola, and I'm excited to be here. Always a great honor to be a part of the Raider draft coverage. That's how I made my bones with the Silver and Black, starting in 1998 on the pre- and post-game show, and the opportunities I've had to be a part of the radio coverage. I really take pride in it. I love it. I love guessing and figuring out what the Raiders are going to do. We love talking to Coach Gruden, Mike Mayock afterwards, and it's usually memorable. The Raiders have had some great draft picks. Ken Herrock is going to join us later on in the show, one of the great personnel minds in Raider history. He'll join us at the bottom of the hour. Also, Jim Mora Jr., former head coach of UCLA and the Atlanta Falcons. He's scheduled to join us today, along with Brian Billick, Super Bowl champion head coach of the Baltimore Ravens from NFL Network. And just got this news today, top of the hour, Pete Rose, the all-time hit king, who's now going to be a regular on this show. Pete's going to join us and call in with this Kentucky Derby pick. Let that sink in for a second. Because even before I started with the Raiders, I started with Pete Rose in 1997 at the MGM Grand Sportsbook when he couldn't keep his eyes off horse racing. So Pete Rose, believe me, knows horse racing better than 98% of the people on the planet because he bets horse racing every day. So he's going to come in with a Kentucky Derby pick. Don't be scared. Pete's allowed to pick games. He's 80 years old. A bunch of people in this town are freaking out that Pete is involved with some picks. We'll have Pete coming up here at the top of the hour. So what I'd like to accomplish today is we're giving away some $50 Grimaldi gift cards if you get the exact pick right. In Las Vegas, got to be a Vegas caller. The 17th pick overall. Nail the pick for me. Nail the pick. You've had plenty of time, especially if you've been listening to our show. We've been pretty much the draft for over a month leading up to this and the broadcast tomorrow, again with Eric Allen and Lincoln Kennedy. And it's going to be unique to be in the room because Eric Allen is a great defensive back. He was a semifinalist for the